What's poppin' tonight? You already know it's your man Peasy Peas up in here. You are now watching Convo with Peasy hashtag, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about this new web series. Not really new; it's the third season, um, but this is my first time viewing an episode of The Circle. I know the players in the game that are making this happen, and I got to see the private screening not too long ago, a couple of days ago. It's a real good event, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of good energy, and got to meet pretty much all of the cast members. Some of them I already knew, but overall, it was definitely a high experience. And not only that, your boy got a little screen time in the shit. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Showing some love. It is what it is. Just showing love out here. At least that's what we want y'all to think. Okay. So yeah, first episode, season 3. It's called Fucking Awesome Guys. F.A.G. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Earth Tone, or Earth Tone with his apparel. You know what I'm saying? It's he's got his apparel, his line of t-shirts called Fucking Awesome Guys and Fucking Awesome Girls, or gals. I think that's what it is for females. But anyway, basically this episode was an introduction to the cast members, and you know, everybody looked good. Everybody looked presentable. Everybody looked sexy. Now I'm playing. But yeah, it was basically an introduction to all the cast members and just a little bit of a look into all of their stories, and what they all got going on. So first you got Bugs Gutter. Shout out to Bugs. He's an MC based out of, well, they all based in New York, but he's originally from VA. He's actually from my hometown, my neck of the woods, the 7 Cities, 757 area. He's from Newport News, and I'm from Norfolk, which is basically a 20-minute ride away. But yeah, he's basically, you know, born in the South or whatever, or raised in the South. He's just a regular dude. He's in a long-term relationship with Chad. Chad's a model. He's got his own clothing line, Fly Mod, I believe it is. He's out there popping. So they in a long-term relationship and all of that. Then you got B-Hawk. B-Hawk is a model and actor based out of the Bronx. They are, I believe they describe themselves as androgynous. I think that's how they identify. Please don't shoot me if I get that shit wrong, cause sometimes even in our own community we fuck up the labels. But shout out to B-Hawk. They doing their thing. They doing the fashion. They, you know, kind of fall into that. So that was the next. That was the next person. After that is Earth Tone, obviously. He's also an MC, down with the Alliance. I'm in the Alliance as well. I know Earth Tone very well. He is also, shout out to Billy Hood, Swanee River, and he's also in a long-term relationship with Thomas. Thomas is a literary agent and the publisher, author. They have him listed as an author, but he's definitely in the literary field. And they're also in a long-term relationship. You can kind of look at Earth Tone as maybe the heartthrob. That's how he's billed at these shows, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? He's definitely, like he said, he's down for Team Swirl. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even mad at that. You already know they both awesome people. But you know, definitely on the show they came through, and you know, they kind of represented for you know, interracial relationships and probably representing that. The next one, David Boom. He's the party boy. You know what I'm saying? He got a few things going on. He's originally from Seattle, and you know what? I fuck with David. He's my type of guy because I like to have fun too. You know what I'm saying? I be out here in these streets and, you know, kind of like mixing and mingling and doing my own damn thing. And he's out there. He's out there making power moves as well. So shout out to David Boone. He's also in there, and that's who we got introduced to in the first episode of the Circle. So that's who we got. There's I think there's one more person, but they didn't show themselves until the end. We got to see a few more scenes. I think his name is Chavis. He was also at the private screening. But that's basically the cast right there. You got Bugs and Chad. So they get into a little bit of their own history, and they talk about their relationships, or their relationship with each other. They definitely seem like they're like a real, I fucks with them. I fuck with Chad. Shout out to Chad. They look like a real cute couple right there. You know what I'm saying? They both support each other. They both going after their dreams, and ain't nothing better than that shit, to be with somebody that actually either does what you do or full on supports what you do, and they going hard for you no matter what, and they believe in your dreams. So that's kind of the thing that they got going on. In one of the scenes, they talk about their relationships with their fathers. They didn't really go into too much detail, but I get the sense. I know at least with Bugs just said his dad passed away not too long ago, and it looks like Chad might have like an estranged relationship with his father, if there is a relationship at all. So it's just another one of those things where it's complicated for men of color, no matter what persuasion you're in. If your father's not there, or if your father has a limited presence in your life, it definitely affects you in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them to talking about that, and putting that out in the open, and kind of that being a thing that they can connect on. Then you got Boom, David Boom. He was in a show, or he was in a previous show called Sex Tales, and he is looking to kind of spin off from that, from my understanding. So he's speaking with producers. He's speaking with a specific producer named Kevin, and he is trying to get him online to help produce this spin-off and bring in some of the cast members that he worked in with before, and some new people, which happens to be Bugs Gutter and Earth Tone. More on that later. So that's really what that's all about. So they have the meeting, and it looks like it's going off to a good start. I'm talking about David and Kevin. Kevin is the producer. Then you got Earth Tone and Tom. Their scenes are cute. They move in together, and I remember when that happened. Like, without giving too much about, what I'm saying, they shit. You know what I'm saying? I just really fuck with them. I fuck with those guys a lot. Me and E had a lot of personal conversations. We kind of were going through the same things at the same time. Where we went through a a breakup with our long-term partners. So it was good to see Earth Tone like find Tom and find that connection with them. And now they're moving in together, so that's what this is about. That's what they seen is about. They're moving in together. They're talking about their histories. Earth Tone is talking about his entry into out hip hop, and kind of giving a little bit of a backstory about how that came about. Basically, he lost his mother a few years ago, and that set the tone. That kind of was like the catalyst for where he would head with his life, as far as like being honest about his sexuality. And it's fucking enlightening as fuck, because it'd be some shit that happened to you that would kind of set that off. Some people are lucky enough to be able to be open with their families and shit like that, and that's dope for them. You know what I'm saying? And they always have that. Some of us gotta like figure out how we gonna fucking deal with this, and you know, all that comes with being basically a queer person of color. You know what I'm saying? It's not always an easy path. It's not always smooth. Everybody's path is different. So, you know, it was good to see Earth Tone kind of elucidate, you feel me? 25-cent word there. Um, what his path was. That shit was it was definitely enlightening, and it was kind of one of the realer moments in the show. One of the other realer moments in the show. And I also thought that the fact that, you know, the scene kind of revolved around Earth Tone and Tom fixing up their apartment. So I'm like, check them out, being the gay property brothers and shit like that. Go ahead, ow. They better be making home together and shit. They fucking painting walls and putting tape and shit and getting the line in and all of that, and you just see them. And I didn't see the apartment. Like, when I went into the apartment after it was all said and done, and I see the shit now, I was blown the fuck away. I'm like, nigga, when I get my fucking high rise and my penthouse in goddamn Soho or anywhere else in New York City, I'ma definitely book them. Cause shit, the way this shit look now is fleek. You're ready. You got B-Hawk. B-Hawk is a champ because they were supporting another fashion friend and going to one of their events, and you know, it looked like it was a good event. It was a good amount of people there, but I know how those events are. You know, it'd be a little cramped. There's a lot of people. It's a small space. You out there hobnobbing, but it's fucking hot in there. You know what I'm saying? You looking like you just came from running across the Sahara Desert and shit like that. So he definitely was not doing the heat, and that's pretty much it. No, I'm just saying. I know how that is. Like, he was definitely not feeling that, and yeah, I get it. It's not good for makeup, but don't nobody want to be in a room with all these other motherfuckers in there, and you just fucking sweating your perm out, cause nigga just fucking got his edges done. You know what I'm saying? Got his fucking hair did. It's looking pretty. It's looking fleek and all of that shit. And then at the same time, you got me in this hot ass room. You know what I'm saying? I got my Tom Ford suit on, and I'm looking ready to take over the world, and I'm in this hot ass room. I know how that fucking is. So shout out to B-Hawk for braving those circumstances in the name of supporting a fellow fashion friend. Like, that's real right there, and I fuck with you for that. You already. And then finally, you got David Boone bringing together Earth Tone and Bugs Gutter, who you know, end up agreeing to be on this spin-off, Cocktails, which I believe is the name. And they both kind of have their things about other gay rappers or other artists in the LGBT community, you know what I'm saying? So they're coming from that place, and believe me, I know how that is too. But it'll be interesting to see how that turns out, because we don't know. Are they going to get along? Are they going to get along for the camera, and then there'll be some drama off the scene? Or is it going to be, you know, they cool 1 minute and then they fall out the next? I don't know. I'd like to know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to know what y'all thoughts are. So, have this convo with PZ. You already know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And stay tuned, because I will be definitely staying tuned for what's about to unravel on the show. This shit look like it's going to be pretty epic. and I'm here for that all day. So shout out your boy, hit the subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.